An organism is a living thing. Dogs are organisms, cats are organisms, people are organisms, and plants are organisms. Yes, plants. But how can you tell if something is living or non-living? Together, we're going to create a chart, and the chart is going to be called How to Determine if Something is Living or Non-Living. So if you don't have it in front of you, go grab a notebook and a pencil and pause this video, because we are going to write at the top of a piece of notebook paper the name of this chart, and together we are going to come up with a list of ways to determine if something is living or non-living. So, I'm thinking of my dog Lola. We know that organisms are living things, dogs are living things, and I'm going to use Lola as a way to help me determine what makes something living. So one way that I know Lola is a living thing is because she moves. So we're going to add that to our chart. And Lola moves by running outside and playing fetch. She goes on walks with Miss McMenamin when we're outside. She follows me around the house all the time. So I know that Lola is a living thing because she moves. This marker doesn't move, and it's not a living thing. Lola also grows. When I first got Lola, she was a teeny tiny puppy at 5 pounds. And now she's 22 pounds. So living things grow just like me and you. So we're going to add grows to our chart also, because that's another thing that makes something living, if it can grow. All right, first graders, you should have moves and grow on your chart, or grows. What about needing food? Do all living things need food? I need food, you need food. I hope you're shaking your head yes. Lola also needs food. So let's add the idea that all living things need food, they need nutrients to our chart. And put it over here. If at any point, first graders, you need to pause to catch up to Miss McMenamin on her chart, feel free to do so. I'm also thinking of something I'm doing right now. And I know that this is something that Lola does too, especially when we play a lot of fetch. I hope you're saying that Lola breathes. So all living things breathe. You usually hear Lola snoring at night. So let's add breathes to our chart. Now that we've done this for my dog, Lola, we're going to go through this process again for a plant. So I'm thinking of a beautiful sunflower. Plants are living things, and sometimes first graders find this tricky. So we're going to go through the list that we've created and put a check next to those items to determine if a plant is a living thing. So again, I'm thinking of a sunflower. A sunflower, can it move? A sunflower doesn't get up and walk, so does it move? But I'm thinking of how plants can bend towards the light to get more for their food, and that's kind of the way that a sunflower moves. So that makes a sunflower able to move. That makes this element of living things okay for a sunflower. So I went and put a check mark next to it because sunflowers move. Now I'm thinking of needing food and how plants need food to grow. So plants make their own food and nutrients, and they get light. They get nutrients from light and water so that they can grow. So plants definitely grow. I know you've all seen sunflower seeds before, I hope. And sunflowers start as those tiny seeds and they grow into big plants. And the way they do that is by getting nutrients from sun and water. So that's kind of where they fall in the need food and need nutrients. Another thing that sunflowers do and all living things do is reproduce. And we can add that as a bullet to our chart. And again, I'm thinking about how that sunflower seed can be planted in a garden to grow other sunflowers. And that's really how a sunflower reproduces. So we're going to add reproduce as another bullet to our chart. We're going to check that off. Okay. All living things move, grow, need food and nutrients, breathe, and reproduce. So on your list of how to be able to tell if something is living, you need all 5 of those things.